Hi, this is Jeff Larson, and this is the first of a series of tutorials to show you how to create an interactive digital publishing project. I can by all no means cover everything that's possible in this program InDesign, but what I am going to show you is the basics and be able to help maybe you and your class be able to set up a document like this one as a practice, and then again to begin to build your own. So first, we're looking at the interface here. This is a sample document that I've provided with the resources. There's a number of pages here, and over here I'm looking at the Pages panel. And in here is the first page, already up on the screen. Double-clicking, here's the second page, page 3, page 4, page 5, and finally page 6. Now again, we could add more pages by adding the new page button down here. But what we're going to do is just take a look at this document, this practice document. You guys are free to move things around, selecting objects and moving them. I'll kind of demonstrate that in a second. So if you look over here at the toolbar, and drag that over here, the main tools we're going to look at are the selection tool. We won't be using the direct selection or the page tool or the gap tool. We'll be definitely using the type tool. We'll be looking at the rectangle frame tool for creating boxes to fill with text. I made extensive use of the rectangle shape tool, and we can change the color of some of that. There's quite a few other tools here. Again, if you needed to, I would say maybe find some tutorials about utilizing InDesign. InDesign is primarily a tool for layout of publications, magazines, and now interactive digital publications. So down here we have the fill swatch and the stroke, the outline of a shape. And mainly what we're going to do is maybe let's go back to that first page and kind of look at how when we have the selection tool, we can target different objects. Like right now we have the Adobe Youth Voices graphic that's been selected, and it has a special effect of a drop shadow applied. There's a photograph here, and then you can see the outline, and you click away from it over in the gray area. You can click back, maybe let's find a little area. You can select that red shape. It looks like there's the black shape at the bottom, and each little box of text is its own separate box that was typed into and then moved around. So again, let's see, you can move, Command Z and undo those actions. So if you in your class want to open up the practice document and take time, just kind of moving things around, seeing how things work, and then Command Zing your actions so you can kind of put things back where they belong or not. Let's try moving this picture out of the way and see what we got. Okay, so that picture is all one big text. Let's check out the next page. So on the second page, again, there's a photograph. You can see it's resting over the top of some other colored shapes, the red shape, the black shape. And this box of text is its own box full of steps. I'm going to undo all those actions real quick. This picture is set in here. Interesting thing to note about pictures in InDesign is that there's a frame, and you can see it outlined in blue, but if you want to move and adjust the picture, you actually double click, and you can move and adjust the picture inside of that original frame. Looks like I could probably stand to close up this frame somewhat, but it looked good on the screen, so I'm not going to worry about the bleed over to the edges. Let's look at the next page. Again, this is just to kind of get familiar with moving things around, setting up some boxes. You got image, shape. Here's a video that was actually imported and placed in here, and we'll cover that in a little bit. There's a box of text. You can see the red text highlighted here. These are hyperlinks taking you outside of the project to the website listed there. And again, some more simple graphic elements. You could get more complex by creating other graphic elements in here using things like the shape tool, or creating assets in Photoshop or Illustrator and then importing them in here. Let's look at a couple more pages before we start to move on. So again, in here, I'm just going to point out that this series of images actually has, when it's working, you'll have some interactivity where these photos, when you click on them in the outputted document, will change this here. So this main window is a place to see the photos, and then as you click on them, they'll switch up here. But right now it's not visible because it's still in this kind of layout mode. So again, some shapes, some boxes of text, larger box of text sitting over the top of some of these graphic elements. Then the article is continued, and again another hyperlink, some various photos. And the last page is a screenshot from a website, and a short description of the website at the bottom, and a hyperlink to that website there. So what we're going to do now is we're going to end this kind of preview, and we're going to look at maybe taking and recreating something along these lines in the next lesson. Okay?